The mind is a powerful adversary, and mastering it is our greatest triumph.
Have you ever found yourself on the brink of success, only to make a decision that steers you away from your goals? Why do we often become the biggest obstacles in our paths to success? This narrative explores the subtle art of self-sabotage, the internal conflict that manifests when we are our own worst enemies. Through examining the intricacies of self-defeating behaviors, this video looks into how we can overcome our deepest fears and doubts to achieve personal growth and success. Self-sabotage is a complex phenomenon that affects many of us in various aspects of our lives. It is the act of undermining your own goals and values by creating problems and obstacles that prevent success. This behavior can stem from a myriad of psychological factors, including fear of failure, fear of success, and low self-esteem. It manifests in behaviors such as procrastination, self-medication with drugs or alcohol, and engaging in risky behaviors. We'll dissect the psychology behind why individuals sabotage themselves. Psychologists believe that this behavior is rooted in an inherent need to control one's situation. Ironically, by engaging in actions that hinder success, a person feels a sense of control over their life's outcomes, which paradoxically is derived from a fear of losing control or facing the unknown consequences of success. Additionally, self-sabotage is often a reflection of one's self-image. If someone believes they are inherently undeserving of success, they will act in ways that align with this belief, effectively preventing any success that contradicts their self-image. This cycle of behavior can be deeply ingrained, often tracing back to early life experiences and the development of one's self-concept during formative years. External influences play a significant role in shaping our behaviors, including our propensity to self-sabotage. Social interactions, cultural expectations, and familial pressures can significantly influence how we perceive success and our worthiness of it. For instance, excessive pressure from family to succeed can lead to fear of failure. This fear can become so overwhelming that it leads individuals to engage in self-sabotage as a way to avoid potential failure at a monumental task. Societal standards and unrealistic expectations can exacerbate feelings of inadequacy. In today's social media-driven world, constant exposure to others' success stories can skew a person's perception of what is achievable, setting a bar so high that it seems easier to not try than to fail. This phenomenon is particularly prevalent among younger generations who grow up with these digital platforms. Feedback from our environment, whether positive or negative, can influence our actions. Negative feedback can reinforce self-doubt and perpetuate self-sabotaging behaviors, while positive feedback can sometimes lead to anxiety about maintaining success, which paradoxically leads to sabotage. To truly understand the dynamics of self-sabotage, one must consider both the internal psyche and the external pressures that contribute to this behavior. It is a dance between personal fears and societal expectations, where the steps are often miscalculated, leading to patterns that can hold one back from their true potential. Recognizing the patterns of self-sabotage is a crucial step, but what comes next? How does one move from awareness to action? The journey begins with understanding the triggers, those moments when self-sabotage behaviors are most likely to take hold. These triggers can be specific situations like approaching deadlines, feedback sessions, or even personal milestones. Identifying these allows for the development of targeted strategies to counteract the instinct to undermine oneself. The process of changing these ingrained behaviors often starts with small, manageable steps. For instance, setting realistic goals can help mitigate the overwhelming pressure that leads to procrastination. Instead of aiming for perfection, which can stall progress, setting achievable benchmarks helps maintain momentum and builds confidence through small successes. This shift in goal setting is crucial in breaking the cycle of self-sabotage, as it aligns one's actions with their true capabilities without the paralyzing fear of failure. Another effective strategy is mindfulness, which involves being fully present and aware of one's thoughts and actions without judgment. By practicing mindfulness, individuals can observe their self-sabotaging thoughts as they arise and choose to act differently. This practice helps in developing a kinder and more compassionate attitude towards oneself, which is essential for overcoming the harsh self-criticism that fuels self-sabotage. As we look into the story, we encounter the phase of setting and achieving personal milestones. This stage is crucial for reinforcing the new behaviors that replace old patterns of self-sabotage. Personal milestones act as checkpoints that guide the individual through their journey of change, each one designed to reflect personal growth and achievement. To effectively set these milestones, one must first clearly define what success looks like on a personal level. This involves a deep introspection about what one truly desires to achieve, separate from external pressures and expectations. For someone working through self-sabotage, these milestones might include completing a project by the deadline, actively seeking feedback to improve, or even engaging in new opportunities that were previously avoided due to fear of failure. Each milestone achieved is a step away from the grip of self-sabotage. It's important to set these goals in a realistic time frame and to prepare mentally and physically for the challenges ahead. Visualization techniques can be particularly helpful here, where the individual imagines completing the task successfully, which reinforces belief in their ability to achieve it. No journey is without its setbacks, and the path to overcoming self-sabotage is no exception. Setbacks are inevitable, but their impact can be minimized through preparedness and perspective. When faced with a setback, it is crucial to maintain a constructive attitude, viewing it as an opportunity to learn and grow rather than a confirmation of fears and doubts. One effective method to cope with setbacks is to practice resilience-building strategies. This involves maintaining a positive outlook, staying focused on long-term goals, and being flexible in approaches to problems. Resilience also involves self-compassion, which allows individuals to forgive themselves for mistakes and view them as part of the learning process rather than as failures. Additionally, journaling can be a powerful tool for processing setbacks. Writing about the challenges faced and the emotions they evoke helps to clarify thoughts and reduce the intensity of negative emotions. This reflective practice can also aid in uncovering hidden patterns of thought that may contribute to self-sabotage, providing insight into how best to address them moving forward. As our journey progresses, the focus shifts towards deepening self-awareness, a critical aspect of overcoming self-sabotage. Self-awareness involves understanding one's thoughts, emotions, and behaviors, and recognizing how they affect one's actions and decisions. This heightened awareness is key to identifying and modifying the deep-seated beliefs and fears that drive self-sabotaging behaviors. One practical approach to enhancing self-awareness is through mindfulness meditation. This practice encourages individuals to observe their present thoughts and feelings without judgment. Regular mindfulness meditation can help individuals detect the onset of negative self-talk or anxiety that might lead to self-sabotage, allowing them to redirect their thoughts towards more positive and constructive patterns. Another tool for boosting self-awareness is feedback analysis. By actively seeking and thoughtfully reflecting on feedback from others, individuals can gain insights into how their behaviors are perceived and the outcomes they produce. This external perspective can be invaluable in challenging and refining one's self-concept, particularly in identifying discrepancies between intended and actual impact. Transitioning from self-awareness to action, the next stage involves establishing healthy habits that support the new self-image and goals. Habits are the building blocks of daily life, and by forming habits that align with one's aspirations, the likelihood of reverting to self-sabotage decreases significantly. To develop these new habits, it is useful to start with small, incremental changes that collectively lead to significant transformation. For example, if procrastination is a form of self-sabotage, One might begin by setting a daily routine that includes designated times for work and breaks, gradually adjusting as this becomes a natural part of the day. Another important habit is the practice of positive affirmations. Replacing self-sabotaging thoughts with affirmations that reinforce one's abilities and worth can shift the mental narrative from doubt to confidence. These affirmations should be specific, realistic, and repeated regularly to effectively reprogram the subconscious mind. Maintaining physical health through regular exercise and a balanced diet can have profound effects on mental health. Physical wellness contributes to emotional stability and can improve cognitive function, making it easier to maintain focus and motivation, and less likely to fall back into destructive patterns. As we continue to explore the transformative journey of overcoming self-sabotage, we reach a pivotal moment where new strategies are put to the test against real-life challenges. This stage is critical for assessing the effectiveness of the changes made and for further refining approaches as necessary. When an individual faces a significant challenge or opportunity, it can trigger old habits and thought patterns. It's at this juncture that the strength of their new habits and the depth of their self-awareness are truly tested. Effective coping strategies, such as breaking tasks into smaller, more manageable parts, or using stress reduction techniques like deep breathing or progressive muscle relaxation, can be invaluable. This is a time for proactive reflection. After facing a challenge, whether the outcome is success or a setback, taking time to reflect on what strategies worked and what didn't can provide essential insights. This reflective practice should be structured to ensure it leads to constructive outcomes, focusing on solutions and improvements rather than dwelling on failures. The journey of overcoming self-sabotage culminates in long-term maintenance and continuous personal growth. Maintaining the gains made requires ongoing effort and adaptation. As individuals evolve, so too must their strategies for managing themselves and their goals. Long-term maintenance is supported by a continuous commitment to self-improvement and learning. This might involve regular revisiting of goals to ensure they remain relevant and inspiring. It also means staying informed about new tools and strategies for managing self-sabotage as they develop. Continuing to engage with supportive communities, whether they are online forums, therapy groups, or informal networks, can provide motivation and inspiration. Sharing experiences and challenges not only helps the individual feel less isolated in their struggles, but also enriches their perspective and learning. It is beneficial to periodically reassess one's values and beliefs, ensuring they align with current actions and goals. This alignment is crucial as misalignment can be a subtle source of self-sabotage. Regularly scheduled self-assessments can keep an individual in tune with their deepest motivations and alert to any emerging self-defeating patterns.